I know where there's some, right here in the hall, clerk.
No, Molly, I have no.
It's come time for an alignment. And the alignment points are back here at the back of the radio. These guys right here, these three. These two are for police band. I'll probably align them just for giggles, but there's no police band anymore, so it will be just for giggles. Let me turn the radio on so it has a chance to warm up a bit. These are aligned by using a 1/4 inch nut driver here and here and here, but not a 1/4 inch nut driver like this. Nothing metal. And I'll show you why, I think. Right here, I'll put one lead of my voltmeter on the chassis, and I'll switch the meter to DC volts, 1000, and we'll just touch this tuning nut right here. You said? Yeah. This guy right here is at 271 volts DC. That guy isn't. That guy isn't. And that guy is at 269, 270. So a couple of these are hot. A couple of these are toasty high voltages. And if you stick this in here and start monkeying with them, you're going to short out your power supply. So you don't do that. So you have to create a wrench. There is an adjustment tool called out in the original Philco documentation that hasn't been available for quite some time. I'm sure some lucky collector or two has one in their stash somewhere. I don't happen to have one. So you have to make one. And the easiest way to make one is by using the body of an old ballpoint pen. What you do is just heat up. This is a 1/4 inch bolt out of the original radio, and you heat that, warm that. Don't get it too hot. Warm it, and slide this up over it, and it will form a nut driver of a sort right there. I haven't tried this yet. Let's see if it'll fit over the... Nope, looks like I have to warm it up and heat it around and mush it around a bit more to widen out to fit the tuning caps, the fine tuning caps. But I'll do that. This is going to be our tool, however, for doing the alignment. Okay, I warmed it up and made the hole a little bigger, the place where it takes the nut. It fits on there nicely, and you can roll it back and forth now. Now this one, I just noticed, tends to move around on you, and you don't want this reaching over and touching that. So I'll tighten the bolt that holds this one in place, but this should work now on all of them. Oh, that one's really tight. Yeah, and that one's good. I read in the Philco forum, philcoradio.com, that you should loosen those up with the power off before you try to do the alignment. Because they get a little stiff after 90 years. Okay, let's see if this one will cooperate with us here. And it will. It's stiff, but it turns. Okay, so that's how you make an alignment tool. I've seen, in my past, I've seen alignment tools that have tubes like this. I just don't happen to be the owner of one at present, so you make one. We're ready to start the alignment process. I have my signal generator set for 460 kilohertz. Internal modulation, we get 1,000 hertz tone. The instructions, by the way, come in this form. There's the how to align the Model 60 and 505, and where the tuning points are on here and where to hook everything up. So let me mount the camera. And we start by taking the radios off. We start by taking the grid cap off the 6A5 tube, which is right here. I've got what you're supposed to do is put your signal generator on there. That's too big. So I've got a grid cap that's not doing anything else, or a clamp. So I'll put that on there, and then I can attach to it without too much strain. The other connection goes to the ground terminal or any place on the chassis. So right there will do. Turn this back over this way. And we're kind of ready to go. I want to make sure my band switch is set for broadcast. You see that move, by the way. That all that means is there's a rivet that needed to be set in there, and I didn't do that. I should have done that, but I didn't. Okay, we're set on broadcast. Turn the radio on. We've got our voltmeter here set to the voice coil of the speaker, right there. It's set to AC volts because that's what we'll be measuring. Is the signal, the 1,000 hertz tone as it hits the speaker will be AC. So we'll measure that there. We're connected to the grid of the 6A7. We need the dial position to be at 55, which is all the way to the left. There. Broadcast and trimmer number 1, and that's right here. This is the first IF primary. Let's see if we get a tone here. Yeah. I'll turn the sound down so you don't have to struggle through this with me. And we're looking for maximum signal on the voltmeter. That was pretty peaked already. So that's about peaked. Then we go to the secondary of that same transformer. That's pretty good as well. Then the primary of the second IF transformer. It's here. And go back through it again. Okay, as far as I can tell, that should take care of our intermediate frequency adjustments through the first IF and second IF transformers. Now we put the grid cap back on the 6A7. Too noisy. Put the grid cap back on the 6A7. I probably don't have to turn it off, but I did. And turn the radio back on. And now the signal generator goes on the antenna connection back here. And now we want to adjust the wave trap. That's this guy right here. The wave trap is designed to take all the signal that might come in at 600 or 460 kilohertz, the IF signal, and run it to ground. So this is a notch filter. It filters out everything right around 460 kilohertz. It should let everything else go through, though. So we'll see if it does. You adjust that by accessing it from the top. So I have to turn this over. And the wave trap adjustment is right here. Now, because I tried it out before, I know that it's impossible to turn with my plastic tool. So I've wrapped a piece of tape around this to insulate it. And what we're doing is adjusting it so we get as little signal as possible. So if we turn up the signal generator, you can very clearly hear a 1 kilohertz tone. We're supposed to adjust that until we don't hear it anymore, or hear as little of it as possible. Okay, I have the signal generator set on 1.4 megahertz, 1400. And I'll turn this up and we'll adjust the oscillator, the local oscillator, for the strongest signal possible. Not there. Then we'll switch over the antenna and do the same thing. Well, there's not much range there. Okay, that's about it. And now the instructions call for switching to 600 kilohertz right here and adjusting the number 4, which is this low frequency adjustment right here for maximum signal. So we'll do that about there. We'll tune this to 600. Turn this whole mess over. And do our final broadcast band alignment adjustment right here on this guy. So volume back up. We're pretty close there. Okay. That does it for broadcast band alignment. Good. Okay, I think our radio is aligned. We'll do the finger antenna test. I'll turn it back over. Crash. Okay.
I know, but he had a great voice, man. He had a great voice. But my mother said, you can't listen to that song. Listen to what he's saying. But anyhow, and now we got this. Looks like... Most of but with Pure Talk, the average size family of 4 saves over $1,000 a year.
Okay, it's working pretty good using my finger as an antenna. I've got a wire here. I'll put that on in a minute. We'll see if it actually behaves any better. Okay, we're clicked. We're connected to about 15 feet of wire. Chassis is grounded. Let's see what we can get here. Keep in mind the antenna is baffled. So the volume on this thing is just sterling. And I give all the credit to this beautiful 42 tube here, which I'm thankful to have. Let's see what we can get.
All of us need to be prepared to defend ourselves.
Tommy John surgery. I should say elbow surgery.
In the third quarter of a game. Big difference.
Strimes left hand high off the glass, no good. Rebound grabbed by Champagny. Castle comes back the other way. Drives left, lost it, gets it back. Nothing easy. Yeah, when the Blazers establish good ball pressure on the primary ball.
A lot of noise in there, around here. LED lights, signal generator going. Shut that off, might help. Just a lot of racket.
Here we go. Visit ethos.com/sports.
I always think of someone like Stephen Hopkins.
Welcome back.
Staying alive. Okay. We have a radio. I think the chassis is done. I noticed one little thing here. This grid wire for the 75 tube, is that? Anyway, this grid wire needs some protection. It's cracked right there, and I don't want it shorting on the shield. But otherwise, I think we're done. It looks pretty good. Performs quite well. It's aligned. Has a new speaker cable. All the insides are new. What else is left? Well, there's one thing left, and I'll do another video on it. There's one thing left, and for you Philco purists, you can shut this off right now, but my daughter would like Bluetooth. Bluetooth to me is not drilling a hole in the back and putting a line-in cord there. Bluetooth is adding an actual Bluetooth module to the radio in such a way that it can be just cut out and the radio will be original, or as original as I've left it. So I'm going to add a Bluetooth module to this, another video, but for tonight and for right now, the radio is complete. The next thing up is the cabinet, and that should be an adventure in and of itself. So see you then.